Yeah, from Daisy Dukes to business.
Hello, and thank you for joining me for another segment of Behavioral Health and Wellness. I am here with Miss Karen Gilmore. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. How are you today?
I am wonderful and blessed and so glad to be in your presence.
Yes, same here. Same here.
Great. So let's get started by, you introducing yourself and give us a little background information, some credentials.
Well, I am Karen Gilmore. I am a CPC, which is Certified Professional Coder, as well as a Certified Professional Coder instructor. I am the CEO of Medical Technical Institute 2, and I actually encourage and help others to become certified professional coders. So I have 10 years of being a coder, 7 years of being an instructor, as well as I have created different medical coding apps so that people can actually study to prepare for the CPC exam, as well as medical terminology apps as well. And you can get them via iPhone or Android.
That sounds wonderful. And I know that today there's a lot of programs and also money geared toward coding, and particularly female coders.
Yes, yes. There is. It's such an ever-changing field. However, for female coders, it's astronomical. I mean, rather if you're a female or a male, it's very dominant when it comes down to the female. But for just coders in general, we need them. The hospitals are never closed. They need coders. They can have computers all day long, but the computers are only programmed to what you put in them.
Right.
You need that particular person, that coder, to actually go through and know the guidelines that you need for the diagnosis or the procedures and stuff like that. So, I mean, we need coders, like, badly.
Right. So, just give me a little background information. A student who would take your course. How long does your course last?
So, because I'm tutoring, someone has to already have taken a course.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter what course they take, how long it is. I tutor them in different parts of the CPC exam so that they can pass the exam.
Right.
The exam is 150 questions, and it's 5 hours and 40 minutes. So a lot of times people are getting hung up on, just the actual timing part of the exam,
Right,
let alone answering the questions. So it's like, for the most part, it is timed. You get 2 minutes per question. If you can spend 2 minutes or less on a question, you will complete the exam. If you're faster, you're better. You're great. If you're slower, you have to work at it. So when taking this exam, this is the reason why I created my Certified Professional Coder, the actual app is called Medical Coding Quizzes. The reason why I created this app actually times you. Right. So there are 7 tests in there. They're all 150 questions, and they're all 5 hours and 40 minutes. So it actually times you, give you the practice you need. You only need to take 1 test per week, and then in between, you need to be studying on guidelines, brushing up on different areas that you are weaker in than others. So medical coding quizzes actually helps you with the timing for this particular exam.
I caught a chill when you said you're coaching, talking about that timing. I promise, because when you see professionals and you see those license behind the name, it is you must understand the detail and the work and the sweat that goes into licensing itself. It's a whole different animal.
Yes.
Outside of educating yourself, then you have to find someone that you can do it alone, but it's difficult. So to hear that in your profession you are specializing and you are focusing on actually getting people to the finish line, because that's what we call in my profession the finish line when
yes,
you're licensed.
Absolutely.
It's definitely it's very difficult to do alone. So hats off. You said that dirty word, licensing. I'm
Yes.
already licensed, but I have another test to take to be, and it's not, I'm a doctor of behavioral health, but I'm a
Right.
social worker also. So, everybody wants to be the top in their field. And I mean, if you don't,
Absolutely.
that's fine. But I aspire to actually reach the top level in my field. And I'm licensed, but I have another test to take, and it's
I'm
a lot.
telling you, people get test anxiety.
Right.
Some people aren't test takers.
Right.
So the biggest thing, no matter if it's in the coding field or anywhere else, you have got to really sit yourself down, and you have got to focus on taking that test. Some people, anxiety get them so overwhelmed.
Test taking
They
anxiety.
can't even test.
Right.
And guess what? Let me tell you the great thing about this here, and just going back on the hard work that we put in. I failed that exam the first time.
Okay.
And I failed it because I'd lost track of time, one, and then two, my time ran out. So I made a 69 the first time. You have to make a 70 to pass.
Oh.
Hey, I didn't have a pity party. I said, you know what? I'm not going to let this defeat me.
Right.
A month later, I went right back and passed it with an 84. I knew I was going to pass the first time.
Right.
The only problem was that timing does get you. And that's the reason why even when I had my school, I've taught over probably at this point, probably 1,000 students, and just alone, and in the last 7 years. And I always tell them, you have got to practice timing.
So I'm gonna have you to come back, right? And
Yes,
talk
absolutely.
about, why? Because to be honest, this in itself is a segment. I mean, so many people would do so much better if they understand, one, you're not alone. It's truly, it can happen to anybody. Test taking anxiety. Everybody, I mean, and you can do whatever you set your mind to. But sometimes, just sometimes, when you have that opportunity to have that person or have that team that can actually show you, where you need to focus more, what you can do, that is calming in itself. So that's one of those reasons why I have you here, Miss Boss, because I feel as if, I nominated you because I feel like you are a boss in your area. Boss Up is a segment that I felt necessary because I believe that, that's therapeutic in itself to see other people, regular people who are in that field, who are creating opportunities for other people, who are, I mean, this is a community effort because, when we strengthen the community, that's a greatness that you're doing as a leader. It's leadership. It's uniting people. And for the most part, in order to be nominated for this, not just because you are a business person, because they have some people in business that are not, they have business, but they are not looking to lead a community. They just run a business.
Yes.
It's a total difference. And I believe that you're a person of great character. So that's why you received the nomination.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. I mean, besides the fact I am a people person, and you know what? This is such a passion of mine. I can do this in my sleep. Right. It's utterly ridiculous how my passion has taken me this far. And the great thing about it is, okay, so spiritual side of it, this fell into my lap. This was nothing I saw for myself. Wow. This was something that literally, when I say fell into my lap, it fell into my lap. I was actually helping someone else prepare their students to teach this class. And this particular young lady, for whatever her reason is, I don't even know the answer till this day. She never showed up on the day to teach the class. I started teaching.
So you were helping.
So I was just helping.
So you had just volunteered yourself to help, right?
Volunteered to help.
So you ended up with something wonderful by volunteering yourself.
I ended up with the greatest career the greatest thing that I can ever ask for. And here's the thing, I've always helped people. So that just comes natural. I've always said, well, you know what, just call me if you need me, such and such, I'm there, no matter what. But this was something totally different.
Right.
This went into me teaching a class of, at the time it was like 12. This went from teaching a class of 12 up to teaching a class of sometimes 25, sometimes 35, sometimes 50 at a time.
Wow.
So this branched out in such a way, it was well past what my vision was for myself.
But there you have it, Karen. And if
Yes.
anybody's trying to get in contact with you in order to receive coaching or to learn more about your services and your app, tell them where they can reach you.
So you can reach me. First of all, I am on Facebook. You can look up the school name, Medical Technical Institute, with the number 2 at the end of it. You can give me a call at 504-541-4487. If you need to email me, the email address is information@mti2edu.org. That's information@mti2edu.org. I am on Instagram, MTI2EDU, Medical Technical Institute. Just look for it. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, as well as Twitter. So if you just look for that name. And you can call me, like I said, 504-541-4487. Medical Technical Institute 2.
And there you have it. So we'll have your information at the end of the segment also for people who did not get that at this moment. And it was great to have you, Karen. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this.
Yes.
As always.
Yeah, look, always great to get together. And if you know
Every
someone
time.
who would be a great fit to nominate to be a part of the Boss Up segment here on Behavior Health and Wellness, please reach out to us. We can be reached at behavior.healthandwellness@gmail.com. I'm Dr. J, and it's been great to be with you as usual. See you next time.